Welcome back, trainers, to another exciting episode of The Power Of. This time, Chandelure. Let's get into it. This is a pretty awesome Pokemon here. Starting it off with Litwick. Here's description. Litwick shines a light that absorbs the life energy of people and Pokemon, which becomes the fuel that it burns. Oh my goodness, that is pretty wicked. Next up, we have Lampet. It arrives near the moment of death and steals spirit from the body. This Pokemon is pretty crazy. It's pretty wicked descriptions here. So, Chandelure. Let's see what we have. The spirits that burn in its ominous flame lose their way and wander the earth forever. Wow, are you kidding me? This is a pretty intense Pokemon. Let's hear its cries. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at the stats here. So, if you're wondering, well, am I going to stop doing the Power Of videos because of a certain Barney who attacked me? Because I did the Power Of Bellsprout? Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, he's lucky I did not put out my hit piece, which is completely done demolishing him, but we're just going to move on and continue. We've been making the Power Of videos ever since basically Pokemon Go has been released. We kind of more honed on to the kind of strategy that we have now doing them, but for the most part, we're just still going to do these things. It doesn't matter. I'll do the Power of Rattata if I so please. So Chandelure is going to be a Ghost and Fire type. Max CP 3,268, attack 271, defense 182, stamina on the lower end 155. Now, I'm going to give you my personal thoughts on how this thing does perform, and I do have an opinion here. So it's going to be weak to Dark, Ghost, Ground, Rock, and Water. Okay, quite a few weaknesses, but on the other hand, quite a few resistances. It's going to need it with that low stamina. It's going to be resisting Bug, Fighting, Normal, Fairy, Fire, Grass, Ice, Poison, and Steel. Quick moves are going to be Hex and Fire Spin. Both of those are pretty good. Hex, not so great, but the attack is so nice and its charge moves are so decent that it makes up for it. Charge moves, Overheat, Shadow Ball, and Energy Ball. So Overheat is going to be a fantastic fire move for it, as well as Shadow Ball, fantastic ghost type move. Now Energy Ball, if you were going to say use this in Ultra or Master League to, PvP, Energy Ball may be somewhat of a good move to have, seeing that you're going to be weak to Ground, Rock, and Water, which Energy Ball will have your weaknesses covered right there. Now, which one of these sets do you want to go at it from? The Ghost type or the Fire type? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, you can go either, because it's outperforming Moltres, but like I said, I have my opinions in which I'm going to tell you right now. So using these going in the raids, alright. It is putting on a ton of damage, but the thing is, Hex is no good. It's not that great. And then using my Gengars with Shadow Claw, I just feel so much more comfortable doing so much damage with the quick moves, as opposed to Chandelure. It feels like it's just taking way too much damage, and it gets defeated too quickly. Simple as that. If you want to make use of the Chandelure's power, I feel like you're going to have multiple of them. And it's simple as that. It's going to be great, and I'm not trying to down talk on it. I just want to let you guys know the truth before you go and start powering up yours. Absolutely, you want to enter this into your Pokedex, but do you want to power up multiple of them? Yeah, but it's going to be a fairly frail Pokemon. Just, a little heads up there. Alright, taking a look at the top Ghost type attackers. Now, if you're a little confused as to me saying that it's not going to be able to last that long, that is correct, but if we take a look at the TDO for Gengar, it is going to be falling faster. I'll explain a little bit more here in just a moment. So taking a look at the top Ghost type attacker, we have Gengar with Lick and Shadow Ball sitting at 18.1 DPS. Then we have Gengar with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball sitting at 18.0. Chandelure with Hex and Shadow Ball sitting at 17.5. So it isn't really outperforming those Gengars per se, but it does have a bit better TDO. Now, here we're going to get into what I was talking about. Say you're going up against a Gengar with Focus Blast or Sludge Bomb. Both of those are going to be resisted, doubled up resisted by Gengar because of its typing. Chandelure is only going to have that single resistance because it is just going to be that ghost typing. It is going to have the dual fire, but fire is not going to be resisting any of those. In that circumstance, personally using it, it just feels very glassy. Gengar feels like it's just putting out more power, obviously, as we can see with the DPS here. With the Shadow Claw, personally, I find more usable compared to the Lick. But Chandelure doesn't go to say it's going to be horrible, it's just going to fall extremely fast. And then, of course, you have Haunter, Giratina Origin Form. Now, if you're asking me, well, which is the best ghost type to invest in currently? Just give it to me right away. Getting a hold of those Legacy Gengars can be a pain in the butt. Well, I'm going to tell you this, Giratina Origin Form is straight up going to be your best investment in a ghost type attacker. Shadow Ball and Shadow Ball, amazing TDO. Now, looking at it from a fire perspective, we have Reshiram, Germanitan, Blaziken above it. Reshiram is not here yet. Germanitan is not as well. We do not know when those are actually going to be entering into Pokemon Go, but we do know that they will have those moves because, well, it has been revealed. Taking a look at Chandelure, or let's go ahead and go Blaziken because it is above it with Fire Spin and Blast Burn, sitting at 17.2 DPS. TDO is going to be a little bit lower than Chandelure. Then Chandelure with Fire Spin and Overheat sitting at 17.1. TDO is going to be 398. So we'll be able to last a little bit longer than Blaziken. All right. And then you have Volcarona and Moltres. So it will be outperforming Moltres. So what is the safest fire type Pokemon to invest in currently? Well, that was previously Blaziken, Chandelure kind of now. But Reshiram, once it does enter into Pokemon Go, is going to be by far the best fire type attacker, so you may want to hold off if you're currently contemplating if you want to make a full team of fire type attackers if you do not have one already. So just keep that in mind. Then we have those other ones towards the bottom there. Some of them have pretty good TDO like Entei, so just keep that in mind. Those are not all horrible. Volcarona is going to be amazing when it does come in as well. Now, if you're wondering, can you find a Litwick in the wild? You can. Extremely rare, but they sure can be in the wild. Otherwise, they will be coming out of the 10-kilometer eggs and very hard to hatch. Now, I'm going to be putting on either side of here when I got my Unova Stone and then evolving it into Chandelure, as well as powering it up and investing all of these rare candies. So this does take quite a bit of time because I have to go out there and get the rare candies, you know, invest in it, and then as well as even finding the Unova Stone in the first place. Thank goodness I was able to get that, and now I can bring you guys this video. So final conclusion, do you want to invest your Unova Stone into a Chandelure as well as your rare candies and Stardust to power it up? Well, I'm going to say yes, if you want one at the moment. If you think you're going to wait for some sort of community day and get a better move, don't hold your breath. There's really nothing that's going to make it better. Possibly Inferno, but that move is not even in the game. We don't know how strong it is going to actually be. Outperforming possibly Overheat, maybe, but something that's going to be outperforming Shadow Ball, don't think you're going to be seeing that. So it's a pretty safe option to go for right now. Otherwise, I guess you can wait for the shiny variant if you're trying to do that, in which case, who knows what Niantic might do. They might release the shiny very soon, or they just might take forever. Now, also, going up against these raids, take note that these are not speed runs. Not at all. If you're trying to do a speed run, you're not really dodging. And also, there's quite a bit of lag. And I'm going to tell you this, I was going all over the place, and this was probably one of the biggest headaches to make this power up video because I could not find the correct raids. I mean, the movesets were all wrong. I finally found a Focus Blast, but there's lag and shadow hits. And then I found a Raichu. I couldn't find one with Grass Knot for the love of me. And I could only find Volt Switch and Wild Charge, basically. I did find another one, which we'll take a look at. And this is actually a Shadow Ball Gengar. One of the worst things to go up against with the Chandelure being so glassy. But I still went and did those tests nonetheless. So you can see how fast it does get defeated, as well as Hydreigon by its side. So, do you want it? Kind of. Make one for now. And like I said earlier, if you want to see some sort of massive, like super fast speed run using Chandelures, you're going to have multiple of them. Otherwise, using just one, it's going to give you, you know, a lot of damage. But at the end of the day, it's falling so quick and the investment is there. But just go with Giratinas. Go with your Legacy Gengars. Chandelure is cool looking and it's fun to add to your Pokedex. But honestly, at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this. I was not impressed. I was not impressed, and I still feel like my Gengars, like we already seen, the DPS is better, and Chandelure is just falling a little short, being so glassy. Anyways, with that said, traders, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And I'm going to catch you all next time. Take care.